Good morning. It is Tuesday, May 19th, and today is another Taco Tuesday here from WiLS. I am excited to be joined today by four of our WiLS vendor partners to talk to us about something new or interesting or cool or just something they want to share about what their company is doing. So I'm going to get us started off with, we've actually got two presenters coming to us from Bloomsbury Digital Resources, Nikki, who I think might be new to Taco Tuesday, and Katie Bennett, who's been to a lot of Taco Tuesdays. We're very excited to have you both here. Let me stop sharing my screen so that you can take over.
Thank you, Jeff. Just let me get this shared. All right, and we can go ahead and begin. So, hi everyone. I am Nikki. I am the academic product trainer at Bloomsbury Digital Resources, and today I would like to introduce you to Bloomsbury History. This is a platform that brings together a wide range of global and multidisciplinary historical content in one place. It's designed to support both teaching and research and giving students and scholars the ability to explore the past through multiple perspectives, time periods, and methodologies within a cross-searchable environment. So since we are meeting today on May 19th, figured this is a great reminder of how every single day connects us to multiple moments in history. For example, on this day in 1536, Anne Boleyn was executed. So that was an event that reshaped the Tudor monarchy and the future of England. And then centuries later, on May 19th, 1943, Franklin D. Roosevelt and Winston Churchill finalized strategic plans that would lead to D-Day, one of the most pivotal operations in the Second World War. So events like these, they span early modern political upheaval to 20th century global conflict. And these are exactly the kinds of moments students can explore, compare, and analyze within Bloomsbury history. So what I'll do for the next few minutes is show you how the platform works, highlight a few key collections so that you can see how it supports research, teaching, and student success. So we're going to hop over to the homepage. Like other Bloomsbury platforms, Bloomsbury History is designed for ease of navigation and discovery. So up at the top, you'll find options that allows users to quickly explore the collections, can also explore by categories such as topic, period, place, theory and practice, and all of the titles as well that your institution subscribes to within your collections. There is an About tab, and this is perfect for new users. It includes information on how to use the platform and details about the editorial advisory board. And then there is also a Librarians tab. This includes information on usage statistics, MARC records, and there's even promotional materials here. So you can use those to ensure that the students and faculty on your campus know that they have access to the platform. When I select collections up here in the navigation bar, you'll see the range of history collections available. All of them are available via subscription or perpetual access. I'll just scroll through so that you can get a look at some of the titles of the collections here. The two newest ones actually just released earlier this month. So one of those is 20th Century Military History, and the other one that is new as of this month is The History of the Ancient World. Also linked, I'm going to go back to the home page. Linked on the home page are some really great tools for students. There is a tab down here for primary sources. This is really great so students can very easily locate those. I'll click on that just so you can see how these are kind of organized. They're sectioned off by content type, so you can find audio recordings, incunabula and commentaries, maps, and other sources. There's also this link here for teaching and research. This has so much content, including primary source commentaries, introductory articles, lesson plans, and subject guides. So these tools are excellent for guiding users through the wealth of content available on the platform, and they can easily be implemented into a course curriculum or linked in a LibGuide. So we're going to pivot now and briefly talk about some of the collections. We'll start with 20th century military history since it's one of the new ones. So this collection explores the changing nature of warfare across a century shaped by global conflict, from the World Wars to Vietnam, Korea, and Afghanistan. So what makes this collection particularly impactful is its interdisciplinary approach, combining tactical and strategic analysis with social and ethical perspectives. And it helps students understand how warfare connects to politics and international relations. It also includes coverage of terrorism, guerrilla movements, and the emergence of cyber warfare, alongside perspectives from underrepresented voices, including women and African Americans. So next, I'll briefly talk about the history of the ancient world. That's one of our other new collections to the platform. So this collection brings the ancient world to life. It spans regions such as Egypt, Mesopotamia, China, Persia, and beyond. And it balances broad historical surveys with archaeological site studies while also incorporating social and cultural analysis to give students a well-rounded understanding of ancient societies. So it's really easy to navigate the collection. If you want to browse by a specific topic, you can, or if you want to browse all the ebooks at once, you can. When you do that, you have these quick links available to you. So if you know what topic you want to narrow down to, you can. So if you want to look at conflict and warfare, you just click that, and the screen will jump you down to all of the ebooks in the collection related to that topic. We're going to head back to collections. I want to make sure I pointed out to you this collection as well. This launched whenever the Bloomsbury History Hub launched earlier this year. So we have African American history, and this collection offers a comprehensive view of African American experiences from the early 1600s to the present. It explores key movements such as slavery, the Civil War, the World Wars, and the Civil Rights Movement, while also looking beyond these events to highlight everyday life and cultural expression. So the collection delves into the lives of influential figures such as Harriet Tubman, W.E.B. Du Bois, and Fannie Lou Hamer, while also covering literature, political movements, and folk traditions. So this collection helps students engage more deeply with American history through diverse perspectives and discover new ways of understanding the past. There's one more collection I want to highlight for you. It's going to be the Medieval Literature Aloud Chaucer Studio Audio Collection. This is really an unrivaled learning resource, and it's designed to bring the language and culture of the global Middle Ages to life, particularly for students engaging with texts in their original forms. I'm just scrolling so you can take a look a bit more closely. So it has some very popular works here on the landing page, or if you wanted to explore all of the audio recordings, you can select Explore All Audio, or you can explore by language. And I point this out because what that means by that is you can explore by Middle English, Old French, Middle High German, and several other options. It's very interesting. So say, for example, I wanted to head to Old English. Beowulf is under here. There's actually two different versions of Beowulf. So say I want to select this one. When you select one of these recordings, this is what your screen is generally going to look like. And I'm going to make it full screen just so you can see what the subtitles look like. I just wanted to show you that very briefly. I am going to still play it while it's muted, just so you can see that go along. But you have the option to clip these audio recordings into even shorter clips. So that's really nice if maybe a student has a presentation or a faculty member has a lecture. All you have to do is select this clip button and then drag in and out until you reach your desired clip length. And once you're satisfied, you just have to hit Generate URL. You can copy that to your clipboard, which is then really nice. You can embed it into your learning management system, for example, and you can also save it to the platform. So these performances, alongside supporting ebooks like pronunciation guides and critical studies, allow students to better understand how these texts were heard and experienced in their historical context. So now we're just very briefly going to do a search. And since today is May 19th, let's say we want to search for Anne Boleyn. So I entered that into the search bar. You can see how quickly the platform returns relevant results across the various collections on the platform. So from here, users can narrow down by content type and refine by subject area, as well as place and time period and topic. So for example, I'll just layer on a filter. We'll do 16th century, and maybe we also want to add on government and lordship. This is what it looks like when you have some filters on. And you are also able to save your search, so you can very easily come back and save your progress. So as we close today, I hope you've seen how Bloomsbury History brings together quality interdisciplinary content in a way that supports both teaching and learning. From modern military conflict to the ancient world, essential perspectives in African American history, the platform enables users to explore history in a connected and meaningful way. So, thank you all so much for joining me today. And I do encourage you to reach out for a free 30-day trial, and you can explore the platform for yourself and see how it can support your students and faculty.
Thank you so much, Nikki. I'm always excited to see the resources that Bloomsbury has on the platform. As a reminder to anyone watching this, we actually get con continuously get like updated pricing and stuff for all of the resources on Bloomsbury, so we can turn around quotes very quickly. Katie has price books to us pretty much every time they revise the price book, and there are volume discounts. Like the more things you get, the discount goes up, all kinds of stuff like that. And also a fairly continuous pipeline of promotions. New, this thing's on special or that thing's on special. So keep your mind or your eyes open for that type of stuff too. All right, great. So thank you again, Nikki, for a great overview of the history resources.
Thank you.
I'm going to share my screen one more time here just to queue us up for Julie. Coming back to us for another Taco Tuesday for representing Docuseek is Julie. Julie, are you ready to jump in?
Yes, I will share my screen.
Great. Well, welcome back. We're really happy to have you here, and can't wait to see what you're going to show us.
Thanks, Jeff. Well, I just want to thank everyone for joining, and thanks to WiLS for organizing today's Taco Tuesday. My name is Julie Wang. I'm with Docuseek. I run all the marketing, and I focus on K-12 sales. So I'm happy to be here today. So for those of you who don't know, Docuseek is an independent academic streaming platform, primarily documentaries. Our content is wide. It covers almost every subject area, particularly social issue and environmental documentary films. And the way that we are structured is we represent about right now, probably somewhere between 30 and 40 educational distributors, who each of them have been in educational distribution, some for decades. So we're happy to have all this content available. And yeah, our entire platform is currently almost at 5,000 titles, and I'll kind of go into the breakdown of that. This is just an information slide of our streaming features. We're pretty competitive with the other educational streaming companies. I guess the ones that we get asked most often are, yes, it's unlimited simultaneous access 24/7 within the license period. We do individual titles, sub-collections to the entire catalog. We also offer 1 year, 3 year, and life of file licenses. And we work through IP registry, single sign-on. And this is a feature not many people know about, but if you just create a simple little login on our public website, you can actually view up to 10 minutes. Right now, you can view trailers for each film, which about 1 minute to 2 minutes. But if you actually just create a quick login and password, you will have access to longer previews. And we also offer free trials. And some of our subject areas, just highlighting, it runs from agriculture to performing arts to politics, psychology, education, women's studies, international studies. So it's couples of samples of our subject areas. And I like showing this. This is also another question, we get asked is, how to use our films. So this is something that, we send out to our subscribers. This month is, wow, we're already in May. So we're promoting our AAPI films, our mental health films, and so on and so forth. So I like this as kind of a guide, and that shows you kind of the breadth of our content. And this just is an example. So for Women's History Month, we'll promote a group of titles. And for Earth Month, last month, we promoted this title. So we also do promotions based on themes of the month. And going back to some of our distributors, I mentioned we represent a little more than 30. Bullfrog Films and Icarus Films are our two biggest collections on our platform. They're also the founders of Docuseek, and we are happy to have good docs, we'll make movies. So we try and work on making our collection as well-rounded as possible. So as we're growing, our collections, we used to have one, what we call Docuseek Complete Collection. So now with kind of demands from all over the place, from the distributor and also, with the institutions, we create these collections. So our flagship collection is a Docuseek Complete Collection, and it's in the 4th edition, and that's currently headed to 3,000 exclusive titles by the end of this year. Another popular add-on is the Good Docs Complete Collection. If you haven't heard of Good Docs, they're a wonderful distributor. They have amazing content, award-winning, Emmy-winning, Oscar-winning films. And then our third main collection that's also part of our catalog is the Project Complete Film Collection, and they exclusively offer Latinx titles. And that collection is actually almost 50-50 narrative. So it's great for Latin American studies, but also a lot of language programs, want content in their original language. So I would say these are our top 3 collections that are most popular. We also, I just threw this in there. I know we work with a lot of K-12 with WiLS, and we wanted to offer this obviously because certain content isn't suitable, and we saw a need. So right now we're happy that our K-12 collection has grown to 500 titles. We started at a little over 100, and it's a subset of the flagship collection. So these titles are included in the flagship collection. We just carved this out. It's a cheaper price, and it's specifically curated for K-12. Another standalone collection I also wanted to point out that's popular is what's called the Global Environmental Justice Collection. And this is, it's practically free. It's a very affordable package of about, I think, 45 films that specifically focus on global sustainability and issues. So that is a little collection that we also like to offer. And this is just a slide of some of our releases. Between Earth and Sky was definitely nominated for an Academy Award. I don't know what year. Life is Beautiful is one of our popular titles. So this is just a sampling of kind of the titles you will find on Docuseek. Another, I like pictures. So another view of Bullfrog Films. These are their titles, and as I mentioned, they're one of the two main distributors on the platform. They focus on primarily environmental films, but they also uh, curate a bunch of award-winning festival favorite types of films, and also obviously for educators. And I also mentioned Icarus Films is the second biggest collection on our platform. They're primarily geared toward higher ed, but mostly international films. And I mentioned before, another popular subset in the Docuseek Complete collection is the One Make Movies collection. We don't have their entire catalog, but we have, I would say, more than half, and we're continuing to add titles. And Collective Eye Films is also a popular distributor in our main collection. And as I mentioned earlier, we're proud to offer the entire collection, sub-collections, individual titles. We're happy to work with you. We even have 1 week rentals. So that basically all of this is available to you depending on your needs. And for those that want to pay less per title but don't want to subscribe to entire collection, we offer a token program where a minimum of 10 titles can be purchased at price breaks. So starting at 10 titles, the prices get lower. And I wanted to wrap up. We find that once you subscribe to Docuseek, we don't want to leave you. So we create and we have an entire post-marketing team available. And what that means is if you need flyers, both digital or electronic, that you want to promote the collection on your campus so people know that you carry Docuseek titles, we offer these types of promotional materials. We also offer bookmarks and shelf talkers, which are really popular to promote the collection. And that's it. I would love if you wanted to stay in touch, just sign up for our newsletter. You can certainly get in touch with me through WiLS. And this is my contact information if you want to reach out at any time. So thank you.
Thank you, Julie. So much for kind of showing us around. As a reminder, WiLS and Docuseek have been in business together for as long as I've been with WiLS. I think, if I'm remembering correctly, it was like I was maybe like 6 months into working with WiLS when we kind of penned our agreement. So it's been 13 years now. We've been doing a lot of business together. So we're always excited to have you on to kind of show us around. And please, if anybody has any questions, reach out to Julie or to us here at WiLS. Thanks so much for joining us, Julie.
Thanks so much.
All right, I'm going to share my screen another time to kind of set the stage for our next presenter. Who? Okay, now I can see. All right, so joining us from Infobase is Kimberly. Kimberly, are you ready to get started?
I sure am.
Great.
Let me share my screen here. All right. I'm so excited to be here. This is my first time at Taco Tuesday. And so I want to say thanks to Jeff. This is just a great program. And really thanks to the whole team at WiLS. You do such a great job. My name is Kim Blazek, and I work with, I'm going to switch slides. I'm the National Account Manager for Public Libraries for Infobase, and I work with Robin Bowen. She is our Customer Success Manager, and she and I really partner together across the country with public libraries. And so today today I'm here to talk to you a little bit about, give you an overview of Infobase. I want to talk a little bit about our new platform that we just launched this past year, and then really camp out in Access Video on Demand and Just for Kids, which is our streaming video collections. We have this for public libraries. We also have it for K-12 and academic. We have little different names. There's different nuances for each different market, but we have something similar. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about our self-service marketing tools, as well as free trial information. So with that, I want to share a little bit about Infobase. So Infobase has been around for over 80 years, and most people know us by our imprints, which are Facts on File. We have our award-winning Ferguson's Career Guidance Center that is a guidance exploratory, career exploratory database that really works with skilled trades as well as professional and academic routes. We have Bloom's Literature, World Almanac for Kids, which we're going to soon have a name change on that. We've got Credo. So we work with public libraries, higher ed, and K-12. We're in about 32,000 K-12 schools throughout the country. We're international as well. We work with Milwaukee Public there in Wisconsin. So I'm sure you've heard of WiLS from a K-12 standpoint. From a public library standpoint, we work with, these are some of our partners throughout the country: Cuyahoga County, Mid-Continent, Chicago Public, New York Public. So we work with really renowned public libraries, but we also work with smaller libraries like Westerville Public Library in Ohio and Central Ohio. They're cutting edge technology public library. And Infobase at its root and our North Star is really information literacy. And this shows up differently in each market. The way that we look at it in our public libraries is really how your patrons access information and how they walk through the discovery process and engagement process. And about a year and a half ago, we have a new leadership team that has been instrumental in bringing on a new platform for Infobase that really brings all of our resources together. So it allows your patrons and your students to learn with the format that they best learn in, whether that's reading articles, whether that's video. It brings it all together. I talked about Access Video on Demand and Just for Kids, and that's really where I want to spend the majority of my time. But I would be remiss if I didn't mention all the other databases like Credo. I talked a little bit about Ferguson's Career Guidance Center. We have our Health Reference Center, History Research Center. We have American history, African American history, American Indian history, world history, ancient and medieval history. We have issues and controversies in history. Polling the Nations. These are just some of those databases that our public libraries and our academic and K-12 libraries and classrooms love. We have Bloom's Literature, Science Online, Today's Science, World Religions. For those public libraries that have programs for your authors, we have our Writers Reference Center, World Almanac for Kids, and World Almanac for Kids Elementary, which we're excited. We're going to be announcing a name change in a very short amount of time. But one of the things that Robin and I hear in almost every public library that we walk into is the material budgets are for digital are far exceeding now their physical format. So they're 50% or higher. It's not uncommon for us to hear that those digital budgets are inching up past 60% and even 70% in some public libraries. the out of that, databases in public libraries are about 10% of that material budget. And so a lot of our public libraries right now are really reevaluating their database collections. And it's because, number one, your patrons aren't searching the way that they used to search. And but public libraries recognize the need for trusted resources, and those prepackaged, vendor-driven database packages don't work from library to library. Every community is different. And so Infobase really recognizes all of those things and tries to bring that together between information literacy and then the programs that we offer public libraries. So if you're a public library right now that is looking at revamping, re-strategizing your database collections, please give me a call. We'd be happy to talk through some of the innovative programs that we're offering public libraries at this point. Now, to get into Access Video on Demand and Just for Kids, Access Video on Demand is a database that we have over 46,000 videos, all edutainment, high quality content from high quality producers for your entire community, whether you're lifelong learners, whether you've got homeschool communities, or students that are doing research. We have seamless integrations with your ILS systems, discovery layers, or learning management systems. And on top of that, this is unlimited access, simultaneous use platform. So this pay-per-use models that are really driving the cost of streaming videos up for public libraries, this really allows them to budget and know what those costs are going to be out of the gate, and your patrons can watch them 24/7. The other thing is it's 100% responsive to whatever format they're using, whether that's their phones, whether that's TV or a tablet. In addition to that, we have two add-on collections. One is AI. You hear a lot in public libraries right now about artificial intelligence in their collections. So where they don't want anything that has been created by AI as a part of their collections, but they're really trying to figure out how to help educate their patrons about AI. This is a great way to do that. We have over 200 videos or close to 200 videos that have both that highlight the practical and ethical implications of the AI. We continue to add to that, and over these next 6 months, I'm really excited to see where we take that database. And then we also have our World Cinema Collection, which is our classic and groundbreaking films from around the world. Next, we have Just for Kids. Again, this is another great streaming video platform or database. We have over 13,600 videos available for your patrons, all kids safe, ad-free, and this is one of our librarians' favorite resources. Both Access Video on Demand and Just for Kids have the majority of our videos have public performance rights. So if you're running a program on astronomy or you're running a children's program, I know our summer reading, a lot of our libraries are using Unearth the Story. So dinosaurs are a big theme throughout public libraries this summer. Just for Kids has over 300, close to 350 videos on dinosaurs. So it's something that you can watch while your classrooms are coming in, your kids are coming into your summer reading classes. Again, favorite characters, high quality content. We have PBS Kids, BBC, Weston Woods, and a lot of read-alongs that bring those characters to life for your children and your students, reading Rainbow. And then there's activities as well. I mentioned, again, you can stream unlimited. Just for Kids is the same. Your patrons have 24/7 access to this, one flat fee. And then, of course, they can play it on a tablet, on their phones, on the TV, or laptop, however your patrons prefer to watch it. Again, we can integrate with any type of ILS system, learning management system, discovery layer. We have MARC records for all of our titles, so it makes it much more discoverable for your patrons. And of course, we're WCAG 2.1. We're actually 2.2 now in terms of accessibility standards. So we really believe in driving that those accessibility standards and making sure that we're not only compliant, but we're moving that needle for schools and for public libraries. And also, if you've got homeschool communities that may use learning management systems, we're ATI 1.3 compliant. In addition to that, we have an admin portal that has usage reports. We have a tremendous amount of usage reports that are available that show the favorite videos, new users, all kinds of great information at a click of a mouse. You can download your records here. And we also have marketing here as well. So whatever you need, we have self-service right in your admin portal, but also Robin and I are available at any time. So we do a lot of training for our librarians and even for your patrons if you have patron groups that need it. And with that, this is my information, Kim Blazek, my phone number and my email, Robin's as well. If you're interested in any of the information that I provided, we'd love to talk to you more about it. So with that, I'll turn it back over to Jeff.
Thank you, Kim. Thank you so much for showing us all of that, those awesome resources. It just sort of occurred to me while everybody's been presenting that we actually have a lot of longtime WiLS vendor partners with us today, which is really great. We love featuring our new partners, but today has been like a huge list of longtime vendor partners, including Infobase, including Gale, who's coming up, Docuseek and Bloomsbury. So we're just so thrilled to have new stuff. You've always got new stuff, but it's fun to have a long-time partnership, but they're still showing these great, fresh new resources. So thanks so much for joining us today, Kim.
Thank you.
All right, I'm going to share my screen one more time to set us up for our final presenter. Joining us, representing Gale, is Janelle. Janelle, are you ready to jump in and close us out here?
Hi, Jeff. Thank you. I believe I am. I had some kinks I had to work through with technology, but I think as long as you can hear me, we're good. I'm going to share my screen. And okay. I hope you can see that now. We went and go through some tests. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, we can see you.
Oh, thank you. Awesome. Okay, so thank you all so much, and thank you, WiLS, for having us. This is actually my first Taco Tuesday, but Gale, we've been a partner with WiLS for how many years, Jeff? Probably
as long 20. As I've been here, so it's probably close to 20 at this point.
Yeah. Yes, and I've been with Gale for over 10 years, but I'm actually new to Wisconsin, so as well as my colleague Lindsay. So in this past year, we are new to Wisconsin. I'm a former ELA teacher prior to coming to Gale. So we are your two education sales consultants. So thanks again for joining. What I'm going to do today is kind of just give a brief high-level overview. I know you're getting a lot of information thrown at you, so I just wanted to kind of touch upon the basics. Um, for those of you who do not know, Gale has been around for over 70 years. We originally started as a reference publishing company, focusing on creating, you know, print for libraries and researchers. But over the decades, we have evolved from print reference into becoming one of the major providers of digital academic databases, library resources, and educational technology used by schools, universities, and public libraries nationwide and worldwide, actually. So what I wanted to do today is kind of focus on our in-context suite of resources. These are subscriptions that are available in all subject areas, K through 12, and also you're going to see them in, public libraries. But we have featured in these curriculum aligned topics with multimedia content, giving students that visual and engaging interface. And we provide guided research scaffolding that helps students build information literacy skills. So these are available as subscriptions. We also are a provider of ebooks and archives. All of our content is mobile optimized. Our ebooks have unlimited simultaneous access, and we have full integration with various learning management systems with these resources, including Canvas, Schoology, and Google Classroom. So I'm going to just dig into one of our resources. Once this is what the homepage looks like for what we call Gale in Context High School, which is one of our most comprehensive. So, the elementary is geared for K through 5. The general middle school is geared for 6th to 8th graders. High school, we say, is 7 through 12 with leveled reading and the ability to for teachers to differentiate instruction with various tools and features. So I'm going to just give a high-level overview of those today.
Hey, Janelle,
So
we're still seeing the grid of the various scale and context titles. I don't know if you've switched over
I
to
did switch.
show.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure.
Technology is not my friend today.
Yeah, it's been weird today. I'm sure
I'm in Michigan, and I don't know if in Wisconsin you're getting some storms coming through, but I just started to hear a rumble of thunder. I don't know if that is
we had some yesterday. I bet you're getting
okay.
the storms that came through here yesterday. I don't know if you want to
Can
stop
you
share
see it
and
now?
reshare or something like that. I don't know. Now we see your desktop right now. Oh, there it is. Galen Context
Okay,
High School.
so there is a delay. Okay, that is probably due to the weather. So thank you for your patience. So now you do see the Gale in Context High School
Yes, we
homepage.
do.
Okay,
Yep.
perfect. So this one is for 7th through 12th grade, all subject areas. You can see that students and teachers have the ability here to sign in with their Google credentials. And that's for students if they have used Google Drive. Teachers can push out content seamlessly right through this Google Classroom button. And then we also have partnered with Microsoft with that in OneDrive. So I like to start just by showing the homepage because they all have the same consistent interface, the same look and feel. This is this general search box. And then as you scroll down, we update these daily. So as you scroll down, you're going to see this banner, which is going to show something relevant to what's happening right now. That will change often. Then we have the topic categories that are available in this particular resource, which contains over 1,200 topic pages, which are what I would call the curated one-stop shop place to go for everything related to that topic. So with that being said, I like to start with going to the browse topics. And you're going to see the full alphabetized list of the 1,200 topics. But you can go to this drop-down menu and you can see this covers all subject areas. You can go into new or updated. This is a recently added new topic page. These are updated with a piece of content. or have been recently updated with a piece of content. So what I'm going to do is go into one of the topic pages to show the tools and features. Artificial intelligence is obviously something that we're hearing about all the time now. So we have on a topic page what we call the overview article. And then as you continue to scroll down, you're going to see the different types of content available. Depending on the topic, that's going to vary. We have primary sources, academic journals, news articles. So this particular topic has over 9,000 news articles. So students do appreciate that engaging multimedia content. And at a glance, you can always see just before you even go into the article what the content level is, how many words the article is, and the year it was published. I'm going to just go into the overview. Here you're going to be able to change, this is defaults to the Lexile 1310, but I could change to the 1160 and read the same article. On the right, a student is always going to find more like this, related articles and related subjects, as well as critical thinking questions. If I'm a student in here and I'm signed in with my Google credentials, I can actually go in and highlight by clicking and dragging the mouse, and I can take notes, and I can just seamlessly put that right into my Google or my Microsoft OneDrive, depending on which one I am using. And then you can see here I have my highlights and notes. So if I wanted to, do this in class and I don't want to lose what I have just worked on, I could simply send a Google Drive with that one click, and it's going to go right into a folder called Gale in Context High School, which is already generated to help the students stay organized. From there, they know they won't lose the full article with all the highlights and notes intact. Will go in. They can also choose to just say, hey, I only want the highlights and notes, and they can put that into their Google Drive. So that is one of the features that is very seamless. If I'm going in as a teacher and I want to assign this, I can simply share to my Google Classroom with that one click, and that will go direct me to that particular class where I can post an assignment instantly. So I can click a due date here, and I would just fill in what I want them to do. We also have, like I said, full LMS integrations with Canvas, Schoology, so this teachers can actually access within that environment and not have to go outside of that LMS system. Built into these resources, we have citations and all of the up-to-date MLA, APA in Chicago and Harvard. If a teacher or a student prefers a physical copy, anything can be printed. And also, you can always post a link into the article or whatever you are pushing out to the students. What I'm going to now show you are some of the different tools available. So I think we now have 70 plus languages available for English language learners. This is also very helpful for, if you have a Spanish teacher in your school and they want to push that out through Google Classroom. These are instant translations. We also have the display option for visually impaired students. And if I'm a teacher and I'm in front of, the class with my smartboard and I'm showing something or we're looking at something together, we can enlarge that font. This display option is super helpful to reach all types of readers. We have the open dyslexic font available that can, in every piece of Gale content, they can change the line spacing, the word and letter spacing to make it, to accommodate all types of readers. They can change the background if they need to. I have had librarians tell me just the other day, oh, I'm so excited about, this green background, because we do have one student where, they need to have everything printed out on green paper. So this was very helpful. So that is available, as well as the Read Speaker. which they can listen to, and we have enhanced that. So, I mean, it sounds like an Audible book now, where before it sounded like a robot. So we have really changed the way that sounds and improved that. And then in there, they can change the speed in which it's read to them. They can go in and, decide if they want to highlight the words as it reads. They can change all of those features there. So all of those tools and features are consistent throughout all of our resources. So, teachers can differentiate, and all of these resources do promote critical thinking skills. And everything is very current and engaging in building background knowledge. So we are really, shifting from, just being looked at from, a reference or research company. We have in the past few years made that shift to being a supplemental digital curriculum provider in our schools. So I would like to also point out at the bottom of the homepage of all of our Gale in Context, you're going to see these 3 important resources. The topic finder is one that we like to say, is that very visual. We got a lot of positive feedback on topics. So, for example, if I'm in browse topics and I'm a student, I don't see what I'm looking for, I'm going to go to Google. Nope, I'm not going to go to Google. We always say Gale before Google. We want that trusted, curriculum aligned, authoritative content that is vetted. So what I would do, let's say I want to research war. Well, we don't have a topic page on war because it's so broad, but if I type in war in the search bar, there will be a thumbnail that will come up with if there's anything with that word in it that shows these are actual topic pages. So we don't have one on war specifically, but we do have one on the Korean War or the Vietnam War or World War One. Maybe I just want to look up war in general. Well, I'm going to have the results in here. That's just not going to be in that pretty curated topic page. It's going to be a little bit more overwhelming because there's over 681,000 news articles. So I can still get that trusted content, but it's going to be coming up, like, okay, I can sort by publication date. I can use these filters. I can sort by Lexile, and I can limit my results over to the right. And that topic finder will give me that visual tile or the wheel view. So I looked up war. Now it's going to show me that visual that I can filter the results. So because that we had such positive feedback on that feature, we did add it to the bottom of the home page. So they can go right into either, if they're not searching up here and they want to just go dig into the topic finder, they can do that right from the bottom of the home page. For teachers, me being a former teacher, I love pointing out that you can look up everything by state or national standard. So this is a huge time saver when lesson planning. You're going to see the most up-to-date academic standards for Wisconsin. And let's say, I'm going to, select my subject in my course. What I can do, it's going to populate results related to that standard. So this is going to be a big time saver when searching to push out content to students. I can pull up, these are resources that relate to this standard. And I can go and filter from there. And then last but not least, I want to point out the education resources. So we have so many things already made up, sample lesson plans, tutorials, graphic organizers, scavenger hunts, various activities that we are constantly adding to make these resources very useful to both teachers and students. So I always say, definitely, if you're ever in a trial, do check out, or once you, start a subscription, always check in here and see what's available for you already that you do not have to make up on your own. You can see this is on the School of GLMS, and the tutorials are 2 minutes or less. They're quick and to the point. So if you have, a student or a group of students in the library and you want to show them how the highlights and notes work, you could show them the quick tutorial. If you are a librarian trying to show teachers a reminder of how to use the Google Classroom integration, you can push that out to them. So they're very short and to the point. So I went through this very quick. I threw a lot of information at you, but I definitely did want to highlight our in context suite of resources. And again, they are consistent throughout all. So this is the high school resource, the only difference being the content. This is what the science looks like, same tools, same features. You're just going to get different content there. So I appreciate your time in listening, and I would like to, hopefully my screen will cooperate with me. I will showcase, you can always, these are the different in context resources that I just showed. So you can always get a trial to those through WiLS or contact Lindsay or I through WiLS, and we are happy to give you, meet with you for some discovery needs or set you up with some trials. So I appreciate your time, and thank you, Jeff, for having us.
Thank you, Janelle, for joining us. I don't have to tell you that the in-context databases are wildly popular with our members. We have lots and lots and lots of WiLS members getting various combinations or bundles of them, including some getting all of them. So I'm really happy that you kind of showed them off a little bit. And I agree. I think that one of the great strengths of the product line is the consistency of kind of the interface and the way you work with them, and that it's just really the content that changes from product to product. So if you're in an elementary school learning how to use Gale in Context Elementary, theoretically you're using very similar or the same kind of interface by the time you get to high school, that kind of stuff. So pretty cool. All right. So I'm going to share my screen one more time here to take us into our wrap-up phase. Thank you again, Janelle, for joining us today. Here we go. Gosh. Now it's not cooperating for me. Okay, here we go. So thank you again for all of our presenters, all four of the vendors you see here on the screen. Everybody was here. Everybody did a great job, and we learned a lot. So thank you all for joining us and making Taco Tuesday such a great and continuously popular segment here at WiLS. And thank you to those of you who attended live and anybody who is watching this on recording. We're so glad that you're continuing to come and learn about our vendor partners. We have another Taco Tuesday. I think this might end up being June 2nd. Sorry, we have another Taco Tuesday coming up on June 2nd, which I think might end up being the last one for this round. So on June 2nd, 2026, we're having one more Taco Tuesday session, and then we'll probably take a short break until we get into the next kind of fiscal year. Sometime in July, I imagine we'll start again. So I hope that you will join us for at least one more Taco Tuesday before we take a short break on June 2nd. And as always, if you have any questions about something you've seen here today, something you've seen on a previous Taco Tuesday, or really anything related to the WiLS Cooperative Purchasing Service, please contact us. The best way to reach somebody at the service is to email us. The address, which I keep saying I'm going to put it on screen, so I will get that updated so that it's visible when I'm saying it. But the best email address to use to reach us here is coop, that's C-O-O-P, kind of looks like coop, C-O-O-P at wils.org, coop@wils.org. That is the main inbox for the Cooperative Purchasing Service. Somebody's always looking at it, so you will get your question answered the quickest by sending it there. Thanks again for joining us. Thanks again to our presenters, and I hope you have a great afternoon. Bye.